Here on my channel, I help people find the perfect remote work from home job. My name is Amy and I am a director of human resources. In my free time, I love to help people find their digital dream job. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a behind the scenes look at what you can expect if you are considering investing in my remote resume audit. Now, I talk about the remote resume audit in all of my videos here on this channel. And today I want to go behind the scenes and I want to do one live with you guys. So this would be great if you are considering getting the remote resume audit. Just as a heads up, it is currently 50% off, so go check out the link below if that is something that you would be interested in. But this would be great if somebody is curious like what they could expect. It could also be great if maybe you are not ready to invest in it, but you want the suggestion. So you can follow along and observe the feedback that I'm going to be getting and make sure that it does not apply or does apply to your current resume that you are using in your remote job search. So if you are curious, the remote resume audit, the link is down below. The remote resume audit is where you place an order, you fill out a quick form telling me a little bit more about the type of work from home job you're looking for. You upload your resume, and within 3 days, you are going to get a video back from me where I am going step by step by step through your resume and letting you know exactly what you need to do to optimize it for the remote job search. And so let's dive into today. Now I do have a resume here that we're going to be going over. As you can see, I did get permission to share this, but I also blacked out some of their contact information, their photo, etc. So essentially, what would happen is you would send me over a copy of your resume, fill out a quick form, and then we would go through it. So in this case, I'm going to pretend that you are my friend here that I'm creating this video for. So let's jump in. Typically, I am a certified human resources professional. I have hired thousands of people and interviewed tons more, and I can tell you nobody wants to see your photo, okay? I'm sorry if that sounds a little bit aggressive, but trust me, nobody wants to see it unless you are an actor, a model, or something along those lines where they are specifically asking for a headshot. Do not include it, okay? It creates too much room for bias. Color can be a great way. you can put the type of position that you're looking for, but I would leave it off there. I'd put your name and your contact information. That should be up at the top. Your contact information should be right up there by your name so that people can easily figure out how to contact you regarding next steps versus having to have them scroll down and find your contact information. You need to have it top of mind. So that it's very easily accessible. So I think that what I would do from a formatting standpoint with this resume is I would get rid of the color blocks, move the name and contact information up to the very top, and then I would put the experience, the education, and the skills all in one column so that it goes the full width of the page, so that you have more space to outline your experience. And we're gonna dive into this experience a little bit more here in a minute, but I think that this is too much white space and not enough focus on what your actual skills and contributions and value and experience actually looks like. You're doing yourself a discredit for this. It needs to be more thorough, and you're not gonna be able to get that based on the format of the current resume. So in addition, this skills section, I think that it looks cool to have these little indicators of 1 to 5 what your skill level is. But here's the thing, you never want to advertise something that you're not fully competent in. Like for me, I'm gonna say, oh, you don't have a 5 level skill for customer service, then why would I hire you for a customer service role? Okay, you only have 5, you only rated yourself a 5 in email management and admin support, but when it comes to file management, you rated yourself a 3. I do not think that that is the best way to highlight your skills and experience. You should not be rating your proficiency in those areas. You should be highlighting them. For me, a 3 would mean that you are competent. A 5 would mean that you have extraordinary skills. Those should be based together. Get rid of these types of rating skills or rating Likert scales and just put the skills that you have. Because this is gonna say like, ooh, you're not actually that good at customer service, because we're only looking at those 5s. I want someone with all 5s as a recruiter. All right, so, I have an example here. What I would do is I would take this, like I said, consolidate it into one column and break it out by education, experience, skills. I have an example here of one that I think looks really This is what we want, okay? We want much more thorough focus on your skills and experience than just 4 very short answered customer inquiries about the technology of the Hanover, right? Like it doesn't need to be super specific, but it does need to be specific, and this is not specific at all. One other suggestion that I would have would be go into your current job description. Go into, look for current openings in customer service and look at how they outline those job responsibilities, and use that to create sentences that highlight the skills and the relevant experience that you have based on the position that you are applying for, okay? In addition to that, you do need to be customizing your resume for every position that you're applying for. And I'm sorry, I know that sounds like a pain in the butt. I know that takes time. I know it feels redundant, but if you want to stand out, especially in a remote job, seekers the prospective employer knows exactly how amazing you are, all right? Another thing you can do, if you're not sure how to beef up this section, you're not sure what to say, you could go to ChatGPT, all right? And you could say, experience, and I want you to own that, okay? Next up, education. That looks good. Congratulations on getting your bachelor's degree. And then skills section, like I said, I would completely redo that, and I would put it something like this with the key competencies, and maybe put key skills and competencies and highlight them there. Again, the skills and competencies are going to be something you're going to want to customize every single time that you are applying for a remote job. Trust me, it's going to increase the likelihood that you are going to be funneled into the next step of the recruiting process. It's going to be much more likely, okay? Now, I would also create some sort of statement, some sort of summary, objective, just like this one here that I have highlighted. A tenured customer service expert who loves creating a solid customer experience or something along those lines. Okay, that one just flew out of my mouth. But I want you to, in there, I want you to highlight the amount of experience that you have. And two, I want you to think about your accomplishments. I want you to think about a quota every day of the amount of calls that you're taking. Maybe it is the time and duration of the calls that you are meeting and exceeding. Maybe it's that customer satisfaction. Maybe it is the quality of work that you're doing. Look at how success is defined. What projects have you completed? How have you added extra value to your department, to your team, to your organization? And highlight that in that objectives section. All right. Now, additionally, now this is where we're gonna get specific. Here's one of the most important parts about getting an interview or a job offer when it comes to remote jobs, all right? So get comfortable, finish your coffee, because this is super important, all right? This is the biggest thing that's gonna prevent you from moving forward. This is why you're getting rejection letters. And it is not because of your resume, all right? It is because of the application. As much as your resume is so important, your application is even more important. Why? Because that is what the recruiter is going to see first. Many times, job seekers just think that employers are logging in and taking a look at your resume, and that's what they're using to determine whether or not they want to proceed with you in the recruitment process. And that is not the case. That is not the case. That's not the way the systems work that recruiters are using. When you submit an application, you might be attaching a resume, but your actual application and the information that you are inputting is what the recruiters are going to see first. And that is the information they're going to use to determine whether they are going to take the extra steps to even open up your resume. One thing that people don't realize is that it's not easy for recruiters to pull up resumes half the time. I've worked in many different applicant tracking systems, and in so many cases, recruiters have to scroll and open and download and do all these steps to even get to the resume. So that being said, if we are going to open up your application and we see that you have not thoroughly filled out your work history or your education or your skills, that is going to tell us a few things. First, it's going to tell us that, you don't care about the quality of your work, okay? Secondly, it's going to tell us that maybe you're just not that interested. Or third, it's going to tell us that you don't follow directions because the application is asking you for your work history. If we didn't want your work history in that little box, we wouldn't have the field there. We would say just upload your resume. The information that you're putting into that application gets funneled into their payroll processing system after you get hired. So it needs to be fully filled out. Okay? When you are looking at the application and you are filling out the job history section, don't just put see resume. That is my biggest pet peeve. It literally drives me crazy. We're asking you to just put in the information. Please put in the information. And the thoroughness of that section and the dedication that you take to making sure that it looks good and highlights your experience is going to be the deciding factor of whether or not we take the time to open up your resume. And when we're looking at work from home jobs, which now in 2024, the number of available work from home jobs has gone down while the number of people wanting work from home jobs has gone up, your competition is going to be much higher, meaning you need to do every single thing that you can to stand out. So even though it is a pain in the butt to fill out the application when your resume is looking bomb and looking so good, you still have to do it. You have to take the time and take that work history that's on your resume, copy and paste it into the application. I know it's a pain, but trust me guys, that's what's gonna help you stand out. If you're just putting see resume or general customer service skills in your work history section, the employer is going to be like, next. Trust me, especially for work from home jobs. That is the most important part. All right, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know down below. Again, if you want your very own resume audit for the remote job seeker, go check out the link below. It is currently 50% off for all of my YouTube friends. And let me know down below, what type of work from home job are you looking for? You never know, I may highlight it on my very next video. Take care, bye.